Well, I'm down cutting what's actually tree tops from logs that I took out of here. I'm putting them on this carrier, and that's the one that's got the hydraulic cylinder instead of the top link, so I can just back up to the wood pile, raise the whole carrier up, and then dump that cylinder, and it'll just roll them all off. It just makes less handling. But one of the reasons I'm down doing this is because I have to get a trail cut through here. The spring is right on the other side of that brush, and I want to clear a road out to that, and then want to make a path along the edge of the spring, because I got some logs I got to haul out that way. So I got some brush to get out of there. But it's going, it was like 90 degrees today, so it wasn't the most comfortable day for doing this, but I got to get it cleaned up sometime, and this will be firewood for next year. You know, because I cut this log early in winter, you know, and took the main log out of here, the first 20 feet, but then I got all these Ys and branches and whatnot, you know, that I got to clean up. But that's good solid wood, but I've mentioned before, you know, when I'm cutting them, I end up with a lot of a lot of Ys, you know, a lot of really knotty things, so it makes for tough splitting. And to get them out of here, I got to go straight through that gap in the trees, and right on the end there's about it climbs about 15 feet. There's a kind of a steep, it doesn't look like it in the viewfinder, but it's a pretty steep hill, so I don't dare load it too full or I'll lose them. Though I can tip the cylinder somewhat, it gives me a little advantage. Otherwise, if I get too much, I got to back out, which gets even trickier. But you'll go out that way. But then I can get this area down here cleaned out, because I want to be able to get the backhoe down here. Like I say, the stream is right there, and I want to clear that path and then kind of dam up the stream to make a little more of a pool there, because that's where I've got a pump that I can run water out of. You know, I've got it piped up to the, say, using the garden and washing clothes and that sort of thing. You know, it's just easier to run that pump. And for the horses, so otherwise they can come down here and drink. But like I say, even for them to get down here, they got to go around, go way up north, and then come back, because they can't get through this tangle. So I got to get cleaned out. Then they'll probably come this way too. But that's my job. And I'm using the old reliable 55 that I was putting that fuel line on the other day. But what I was going to show, because if I don't, it's bound to come up. For some reason, people, when I was wearing them tennis shoes the other day, people noticed them right away, so I'm sure they'll notice these. So I'll get it out of the way and talk about them. Not that it'll do you much good. Okay, these are Husqvarna logging boots. Now, these are steel-toed, but this is the first pair of steel-toed shoes that I've had that are actually comfortable. These are extremely comfortable boots. Part of it is, if you'll you can see the shape is kind of a box on the end. It isn't that pointed or rounded. It's more of a square kind of cut. What they are is there's a steel toe, then there's the leather over the steel toe, and then there's a armor cap over the top of that. Now that gets rid of a lot of that, like the problems I've had with steel toes before, where you end up wearing the leather out over the top of the steel toe. You know, they'll get cut and tore up very easily. Well, this protects that. But, like I say, it won't do you much good. I think they're excellent boots, and I bought them off eBay. They were brand new with the tags on them. for $50. I've had these for 6 months, I suppose, but I haven't used them till now. But I find them to be a very nice boot. But, like I say, telling you it isn't going to help you any, because these, my understanding is these are made by a boot company in Wisconsin for Husqvarna. And it must have been a trial of some sort that didn't work out. Most of the time Husqvarna sells those rubber logging boots, and I've actually got a pair of them. They're hot and then they're cold, and I don't really care for them. And in winter I'm using pack boots all the time. But for monkeying around with this stuff, throwing around these big chunks, it's nice to have the steel toes. And these are the chainsaw resistant stuff where they've got they're extra thick, and then they've got the stuff that's supposed to tangle in the chain. And I thought they'd be, well, I was hesitant because I thought, well, that's going to be clumsy and heavy, but actually really, really nice boot. But I don't think you can get them. It was I got them from a saw shop down south someplace, a logging supply place, that were closing them out, and this was like the shelf model or something, I have never seen another pair like this. But they do say Husqvarna on them. But there is a made in USA tag on the tongue. Excellent boot. I can't believe how comfortable they are. Most of the time steel toes will pinch me right across where that steel toe ends. Well, this protective cap over that kind of moderates that, so they don't pinch at all. A surprisingly good boot, and they got regular, heavy lug Vibram soles on them. I like them, but if I ever wear these out, you'll never be able to get another pair. And they're like a one-off kind of deal. But it was some shoe company in Wisconsin, my understanding, that was making them for Husqvarna. So it's possible that that company still makes a chainsaw boot or a logging boot under their own name, but I don't know, I have no idea. But I really like the design. And like I say, it's the first time I've got steel toes that are actually wearable. Most of the time they're just torment. These are great. So, like I say, that's what they are. You can't get them. If you can, let me know, because I'd like to know where I could get them if I ever need another pair.